What's up, it's Libby Savage Legs Media, and this is the ladies' race of the Grand Prix to Morbihan. And it's a French race, so that's why I'm wearing my confidence hat. Just say it's a French race. So we're going to join the race at 36 kilometers to go. 36 kilometers to go. They televised it really, really late, and it was still a pretty big bunch in uh, in the race. The person that I was looking out for was Florence Nicogama, but I never saw her throughout the race. And looking through the results, I think she got a DNF. So let's see if we can find Florence and her flag. So bear with me. I'm going to let the footage run, and we'll just join the commentary of the race in a minute. But I just want to see. It did not start. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, I wonder why. I guess we'll find out later why she didn't start. Anyway, as you can see, the group is still really big, and this is about 4 laps to go. And this is a climb to the finish, and it's a really tough finish. And every time up on this climb, they attack. But this young lady right here, she ended up finishing third. Her name is uh, Salome. I think it's Salome Thomas, and she was really working hard. I think she did too much work. I think she was definitely probably, if not the strongest, one of the strongest riders on the day. And this is one of those things where I tell youngsters, like, you have to, you just can't be strong. You got to be smart. And I think she could have won today if she just would have ridden a little smarter. But she is French as well. This is a big race for her, so she wanted to take care of the business. As you can see, they're going back and showing her on the front, and she was just really strong today. She attacked about 3 times, and they went off the front and was able to get away. And we see her name is Mia Griffin. Her chain came off, and that's pretty much paid race for her because there's about 2 more laps to go, and yeah, you're not getting back on. So as you can see, Michelle, it's not Michelle, Solange, is that, or I must say Thomas. Thomas is on the front. She was on the front after coming off the attack. So just like, she's just basically, she's feeling so good. You just want to stay to the front to mark everything. And this she is right there, just marking and making sure nothing gets away. And she's working really hard. So, I mean, she worked really strong. As far as I'm concerned, she's probably the rider of the day. With in the big tours, and they give the most aggressive rider. I think that most aggressive rider will definitely go to Thomas. Her team that she rides for is the Saint Michel, and it's a sort of it's not a top tier pro team. It's one of the lower level teams, and apparently like teams like Confidence are already in talks of her to move up to the pro teams. And she's going to be, whoever gets this young lady is going to be really valuable. So you see Alicia Chambray on the front, and this is going into the last lap, and the ladies are really putting it down and working hard right now. And you have UEA, you have a bunch of FDJ Zuez riders there, human health, who else? The Vocaler team, and then you see and confidence. And as we go into the battle lap, but what you're going to see what's happening is this group is going to go away, and those girls that are trying to get across are never going to really get back. Now this is a really short lap because they do a big lap and then they do a like four, I think it's 4 or 5 shorter circuits of the lap. Let's see if they do 6. So yeah, they do 6 like short laps. So I'll just put the lap up here so you can see what it looks like. So and these laps, what it is about the lap though, it's really hard and it's really intense because it never stays flat. It just goes up, down, up, down, up, down. So every time you hit it, this is why the race broke up, because earlier in the race on the bigger loop there was a lot more flat, so the race stayed together. But in the shorter little loop, the laps are a little, the hills come a lot quicker. So this breaks up the group, and this is why the field got whittled down to what it was. As you can see, the young lady, as I said, Thomas is on the left side. You got the FDJ Zuez rider trying to attack, and then Thomas is just like, she's determined. She's like, I'm worked hard. I'm going to win this race, and she's on the front again, and she's leading out. Who is it from FDJ? I think it's that Elena Jensen on the front, and she's leading her out. and it's like she dies just a little bit, and as you can see, you're gonna see the eventual winner, Eleonora Gasparini. She never gets out of the seat, so it's a climb. So she just used that climbing power, and she makes a big swerve. So I was really wondering what was going to happen if the rider from FDJ was going to get DQ'd for that huge move to the finish line. But apparently, like, I'm still looking on cycling stats, the result is still standing. So that's how they finished. You had Eleanor from UAE come through to finish and take the win, and then you had Elisa Chambray from after Zoez finish in second. And that's I'm gonna wait and see what happens, because that was a huge move to the left, and it's no different from what Jesper Philipsen done when he got relegated, and he's been relegated a few times, and so have other riders been relegated for similar type moves. So we'll see what happens if they don't do anything, or if the move stands, or they're just gonna, you know. So we'll just see. It's so much I wanted to say, but then Thomas, she wasn't happy with finishing third. As far as I'm concerned, she definitely was the strongest rider on the day, and it's unfortunate that she wasn't able to uh, get the win. But I just think that, if she goes back and looks at the footage, or hopefully she has someone that can talk to her and talk her through what happened and why she didn't win. And then the key factor in her winning is going to be winning a lot of races. It's just patience. Like seeing like a climb of a finish climb of this long, it's really, you really have to take time, and like you're doing the climb enough times to know that you can't really put everything into everything until you hit that, probably that last 75 to 50 meters. I'd say 100 to 75 meters for the men, and maybe 50 to 25 for the women, because they don't produce the same power and speed as the men do. So they they don't need as big a window to make that vital move. As which you saw what happened with Eleonora Gasparita. She didn't make a move until like after 50 kilometers. She just stayed seated, and then decided, okay, I'm gonna come around Elisa, and Elisa made that massive move. And luckily, no one got taken out. Everyone stayed upright, so that was a good thing. And like I said, I'm just going to wait and see if the second place for Elisa stands, because, like I said, that was a huge move. And the thing is, like, the UCI are trying to be so strict with everything. I think like consistency is important, and if you're going to uh, have rules and consistency, it needs to stay across the board. So the winner of the race was Italian, and then you had the second place rider was Swiss, and at least you have someone from France on the podium in third place. So this is like a big race for the French. I mean, it's a series of races actually. So you're gonna see this, and then the race tomorrow, and then I don't think they race on Monday, but then they race on Tuesday as well. So it's going to be a lot of racing coming up over the next few days. It's a, you get points for each race as well, so it's a series of races. So, and then on top of, like, so you can actually win the series of races without winning a race. So if you're really consistent, second, third, even fourth, and just consistently getting points high up, and even though maybe a different win every day, you can win the series by accumulating the right number of points. So anyway, that's it in Sleepy Say with Lakes Media. That is the let me like look at the name. It's the Grand Prix du Morbihan, the Femmes, and the USA was 83.9 kilometers on a they did like a big lap. They did, was it two big laps, and then they came in and on the smaller circuit, and on the smaller circuit was really hilly, and that's where they really destroyed everyone. So unfortunately, the young lady Florence Nicogama, she didn't start. She rides for Kenyan Shram Generations. She's from I believe it's Uganda, and she didn't start today. So I was really looking forward to seeing how she would do. But we'll get the story from her later, and I'm pretty sure we'll get to talk and find out what happened. And if she's not racing today, she'll probably be racing tomorrow. Hopefully, she hasn't taken sick or anything, because, like, the traveling and the, like, it's all rainy and cold and stuff. All types of things happen then, and all you need to do is get like a fan or a supporter or somebody who's got a little sniffle, and stuff, and you're training, so your body fat is low anyway. So, because you're trying to be at optimum peak performance, and then you get someone who comes around you, say, "Can you sign this?" So you touch their pen, which they probably just wipe their nose, and then you go, and the next thing you know, you got a cold, and you're not doing so well, and it sucks, getting sick and stuff. Anyway, we hope that she's good, and we will catch you all later. And it's Luby, say with your legs media.